Hello students, this is me Sadaf Sayyed here. Today we are going to start with a new topic, that is we are going to first have a dissection and look about the different floral parts of a flower. So today we have is a hibiscus flower, which you can also call it as a China rose, and I'm going to dissect this one for you so you can see the different whorls that are present inside a flower. We can study about the different floral parts, different floral parts, and we can see each individually on a real plant. So I am taking this plant first with me. So you see the green portion over here, which we are going to gently cut, not much but just a gentle slight cut. And then we are going to, with gentle hands again, just rip it apart, just cautiously, so that the entire things come off. Okay, so this structure that you see, this entire structure which is present in my hand, it is nothing but this is the calyx of the flower. So the calyx, which is also called as the sepals, this is green in color. Okay, and this is one of the accessory whorls. When I say accessory whorls, it means that it is not helpful for the plant, it does not have a major factor, but just for show, just for accessorizing the plants, it is present. Alright, that is why it is one of the accessory whorls. This is called as calyx, or you can also call it as the sepals. Just keep this aside. Alright, the next that we have is the brightly colored petals. Okay kids, so we are going to one by one pluck off the petals, again smoothly with gentle hands, not applying much of pressure, very nice to remove. Alright, so these, if you see, these petals, these petals are called as, these petals are called as the corolla of the flower. Now the corolla word, this corolla words means the crown. So since they are arranged in a crown like manner, in a very crown like manner, that is why it is named as a corolla. So corolla, or you can also call it as the petals of the flower. Now what does this do? It acts as an agent for attracting the pollinators like bees and birds. Okay, because it is very brightly colored, it is very showy, that is why it is used as a benefit factor for pollination. So again we are going to keep this aside. Now again also this corolla, the petals that we see, these are also accessory whorls. They do not serve a very important purpose, however they are used to accessorize the plants, and that's why they are one of the accessory whorls. So calyx and corolla, this is your corolla and this is your calyx. Both of these are called as the accessory whorls. They constitute the accessory whorls. Next kids, we are going to deal with the reproductive organs of the flower. We are going to deal with the male and the female reproductive parts, which is known as the androecium, that is the male reproductive part, and the gynoecium, that is the female reproductive part. So here kids, we are going to have a look on the androecium and the gynoecium. So before starting, I'm going to rip this apart. I'm going to dissect this very smoothly. Alright. Now this part, if you see this yellowish color part, this is the ovary. We are going to pull the male and the female reproductive organs apart very cautiously, that the style, this white tube structure, does not get break off. In case if it does, no problem, we are going to take another flower and do the same. Very nicely and gently we have separated the male and the female reproductive parts. So first, before starting with this, I am going to start with the male reproductive part, which is this one. If we study about the male reproductive part, we see that the tiny yellow color structures, these are nothing but the pollen grains. Pollen grains are again attached on the kidney nodule like structure, which are called the anther. Okay, so these pollen grains are attached on the anther, and this structure that you see, this structure that attaches the anther to the remaining of the stalk, the thing that attaches the anther and the stalk is called as the filament. Okay, so this portion that you see, the thread like portion, that is the filament. So male reproductive organ consists of anther, filament and the pollen grains. The yellow color structure that it is produced is called as the pollen grains. Anther is mostly has two lobes. Okay, it mostly has two lobes. However, there are anthers which also contain one single lobe. In this case, in this flower, the anther is bilobed, which means it has two lobes. So this is the male reproductive part, which is also called as the androecium. Keeping this aside, we are now going to talk about the female reproductive part. When I'm dealing with the female reproductive part, you see that this yellowish color triangular part, that is the ovary. We are also going to see a cut section of ovary in which the ovules are present. Ovules are nothing but the female gametes that are produced by the ovary are called as ovules. The ovary that secretes the female gametes that are called as ovules, they are arranged inside these ovary. Okay, so when you rip open an ovary, you will see all the ovules are arranged very nicely, and the arrangement of ovules, that part where we see that the ovules are arranged, that is called as placentation, kids. Following the ovary is a long tubular like structure which is called as the style. The white tubular structure that you see, and in the end you will see this a very sticky velvety structure. This velvety structure is called as the stigma of the flower. Okay, so this are called the stigma of the flower. Stigma of the flower helps to gain all the pollen grains. So pollen grains come and they land on the stigma of the flower, and then the pollen grain, it germinates inside and forms a pollen tube, and it lands down the style and eventually ends up in the ovary. Okay, where it fertilizes the ovule. So next what we are going to see is the cut section of an ovary. So just a minute. So kids, this is what you see is a ovary, and inside the ovary there are white color structures which are called as the ovules. So if I ooze this, you will see there's some oozing structures that are coming out. These oozing structures are nothing but it is called as the ovules. These ovules, they are basically arranged inside the ovary. These are the egg produced by the ovary, and the way that they are arranged, that way is called as placentation. Placentation is nothing but the arrangement of ovules. So you will see that all these white color things which have just come out on my hand, these are nothing but the ovules, kids. See, here also you have an ovary, and you will see that in a particular way, in a particular floral way, it is arranged, and that particular floral way in which the ovules are arranged, that is again I'm telling you, it's the placentation. Once I squeeze it, it comes out very peacefully. Alright. So kids, reviewing once again that this is the male reproductive part, this is called as androecium, and this is the female reproductive part which is called as gynoecium. The male and the female reproductive part, they compose the essential whorls of the flower. Okay, so these both are the essential whorls of the flower. These are the accessory whorls. This is called as the corolla or the petals, and this is called the calyx or the sepals. Okay, sepals are usually green in color, whereas petals are differentiated into different colors, and they are brightly colored to attract the pollinators. Last we have, kids, is the stalk. This is the stalk that holds the floral, the different floral parts together. So this is the stalk. So kids, thanks a lot. This is it with the floral parts. We will be proceeding with the chapter and discuss about again into a detail about different parts, about a bit about fertilization and pollination and much more. So stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you so much.